Guys, I'm going to tell you that if things don't change, Donald Trump is probably going to win another election again because, for example, what happened recently with the impeach. Yeah, I have been in politics before when I was in university, and looking back, I could really learn something from that because it just proved that before you drop out, hear me out. If you are enemy of Donald Trump, you want to hear this even more. Because don't you want to learn their tactics and then somehow one day you will be able to use it back on them? Right? This is how the Allies won the World War II because they read the book written by a German general. Yeah, I'm not going to cite his name for now. All this sourcing and proper notation that I have to make. This is not that kind of channel. So, yeah, because like in the United States back then, just to refresh you, like when they were fighting the war, they were still using horses in the beginning of the war. That's why it took so long for the United States to join the World War, right? And then they did it in the slow, very central, controlled way until they met Germany in the field. And then they realized that old doctrine were dated, dated for at least a few decades. Then they have to catch up. So it also touched upon my topic today, why Donald Trump is going to win again. And United States will have probably a long time of prosperity once again. There were times when I was, I'm not sure, right? Well, why does Donald Trump win, first of all? Because he got impeached for a lot of reasons. Yeah, love him or hate him, I don't care. I don't care. But when you fight dirty, right? Let's say two person are arguing, they both look bad. One is famous, infamous, the bad boy like Donald Trump. The other, say, this person get more and more desperate, angry, hateful, and then I have to like catch up to the bad boy and therefore make up a lot of stuff. Now, this person lose a lot of ground. The more they try, the uglier they look. Like people are not going to point this out for you because everyone who tell you the negative feedback, they always say block, dox them, punch a Nazi. So even people who were on your side, they will walk away and they will be silent. And then you will they will feel like everyone is now on my side because no one is disagreeing with me now. I block them all. And you know what? Strangely, once you block a person on Facebook or social media, after a while you forgot they exist. And when you forget they exist, of course they're gonna vote Donald Trump. And then this person who was living in this bubble, they will think, oh, everyone is agreeing with me, so there is no way we can lose. So they don't change. They don't adopt to a new warfare, the new info war. And then guess what? When they get caught blindsided. Guys, this channel might be moving toward the forecasting direction. I'm going to try to give you some of my forecasting. I'm not a prophet because I don't have 100% accuracy on everything, but on things that I choose to focus on, I get very accurate. Well, however, you have to know that even if I'm right 9 out of 10 times, that doesn't mean something 90% likely will actually happen, because there were this 10%. If that happened, you're not going to hold me hold me accountable, right? Because if I tell you it's 90%, that means you can, if you put $100 to bet, 90% of the time you win, but 10% of the time you lose. Okay, you can still lose. So there's no such thing as 100%. That's how you know there are fake profit, right? Profit. So let me touch upon why United States is going to win again. At first, Donald Trump and his follower, right, create this bubble. Now you see the stock market, everything is rising. And everything was looking good because the job seems to come back. And the tariff. Look, when I read a book written by George Soros in the 80s, back then it was President Reagan, right, was in power. And according to George Soros analysis, the dollar back then was strong, and therefore the export, import, etc., etc. Now, Donald Trump are doing something very similar. Low tax, right? And dollar is strong and everything. Everything is like copying, like deregulation of the stock market, which create a very big bubble. Well, originally I thought there was still a chance when the bubble burst, then Donald Trump will go down with the economy. That's the only way he would lose the next election. It is when the bubble burst. But I'm not too sure anymore, because now this situation has something new: deregulation, low tax, and one more thing, tariff. And the tariff actually caused some of the factory and move back, so there was domestic economy. No, it doesn't just rely on all the hypes and momentum and bubble. There was actual economical growth in the domestic market. You see, whenever the world is full of chaos out there, probably somehow caused by the foreign policy of the West, of the Europe, the strong country, United States and all that, guess what? Every time shit happened, what happened? The good people, smart people from those countries that got messed up by all this power of the West, those good people, those human resources are going to run and then go to United States, go to Europe, and that's how generation after generation they get stronger and stronger. Can you see all these people who are migrant or immigrant, like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and some other very talented entrepreneur? They all came from overseas, like when things were not so good overseas, because the colonists, the Western power, the oppression caused the country to like be but there are also other reasons. So every time they have civil war or whatever, or we bomb them, guess what? The smartest of the smart will run to here, Canada, United States. So it keep everything going strong here. Now the China is rising, which is actually a good thing. You know why? Because it caused United States to stop infighting and focus on this superpower, this new rising power. Just like back then when United States and US, the mother Russia, USSR, what was doing, right? When both were focused on fighting each other, they have to put up the best game, right? So, but it accelerates the downfall of USSR when their system is unsustainable. It accelerates the death, but it also accelerates all the good thing of United States. Yeah, if United States is by itself alone, it will cause problem because down the road there will be corruption, empire fall always, right? When they are meeting no challenge, they will fall from within, right? But now that the Donald Trump is this phenomenon, guess what? It forced the Democrat to really start looking at themselves. Right now, they still refuse to do that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a conservative, and in fact, I think we do have to have some social welfare and all that. But however, as the situations as it happened, there are a lot of corruption and complacency on both sides. So Donald Trump's he rocked the boat. Like, you think he is bad? Like it couldn't be worse already. Like things were pretty bad on both parties. Like this Bush and the Clinton dynasty are like taking turn to get live the sweet life, getting rich from politics. And can things be worse when the government unite together, all the party become essentially one party? Who is gonna suffer? Who is gonna be the victim? Us, right? I don't live in United States. I'm just saying, when a government are not fighting among themselves, they will be fighting you. So if they are not, there isn't a foreign power challenging us, we will start abusing our own people. This is what happened always, which I will explain in my other video. I will explain why Asians, especially Chinese, seems to have this self-hate. You know, when an Asian make a YouTube channel, guess who is gonna say the worst thing ever, other than white supremacists? Yeah, probably another Chinese who say, you look Chinese, people look bad. All kind of like self-hate, self-bullying message. I will explain why Chinese people still were not very united in a lot of ways. Like there's Taiwan, Hong Kong, and China, and they can't like each other much at all. And I will explain why. Just like United States, from time to time, it absorbs the best people from all over the world by starting shit all over the world, causing problems, either intentionally or they did it to themselves. Then their good people are going to come to United States, Canada, and other European country, and it will create a lasting edge, right? So this is what I'm showing you is forecasting. I predict Donald Trump will win again. And this can be a good thing because Obama did what was necessary for his time, for the economy, for the 2008 fiasco. However, you can have the same kind of mindset all the times. Government is like diapers. You need to change it frequently. Like, I'm not saying Donald Trump won't go bad. Like, if we give him forever, like as a term limit forever, anyone will become a dictator. Anyone will go bad, go evil. So United States was like the system over people, right? So like him or hate him, I don't care. I just want to predict the future accurately and profit from him, from it. Don't you want that? So I'm going to teach you how. Yeah. So yeah, let's just conclude. When Donald Trump get impeached, for like, I don't know what reason, only people living in that bubble believe that this is legit. But people outside the bubble are going to be pushed away. Especially, you know how, if you are from the left, you know how you treat other people. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. I'm not on Donald Trump's side. And they have their fair share of irrationality. Like, all movement are like that, okay? All movement. All like, in fact, I want to start my own movement, which is what I'm doing now. But I have to show you guys how to predict the future. If you are living inside a bubble, you can't predict the future accurately. You're going to believe in your own hype. So they are throwing a lot of dirt, smearing on Donald Trump, right? Making things up. And you can't do that. If you want to truly win, you got to learn from him. He's like a persuader, a master of persuader. He has this gift of knowing what to say, what to do in a negative way to accomplish his purpose, right? So if you fight fire with fire, the volcano will win, right? You can't win. All the usual past tactic that politicians used to bully each other doesn't work on Trump. So this is why I know that, at least from the getting support point of view, through debate, through the press, through the PR battle, election and campaign, Donald Trump will still win. Like, look at the other side. What were they doing? What are they doing right now? What are they doing? They are still not learning from their lesson. They are just angry that what used to be working didn't work anymore. And if you are Democrat, if you support the party, you should listen to me, because this is how you improve your movement. You know, if ever I join a movement, my number one enemy is the enemy within. Only by cleansing my own movement, by policing my own people, will my cause advance. You can't simply ignore the legit argument from the oppositions and expect them to convert, can you? Right? You can't expect that you and your people abusing, bullying other people, making things up about them, and they will not be angry and return the favor and continue what they are doing, you know, which is disagreeing and not supporting and resisting my movement, right? You got to listen. You got to see their point of view. You got to empathize. Then you can like disagree cleverly, so that like that's how you get people on your side. Blocking them and call them names will not work, because no one will be better than Donald Trump at his own game in terms of calling people out, give people nickname, labeling them, trolling. Right? You can block them all they want. The more people you block, the more people will be on the other side, resisting you. So, yeah. Am I making myself very clear? But what I'm saying is, as much as you hate Donald Trump or Hillary or whoever, we need every side. You know, this is what the North American politics are, right? Especially the United States. We need all kinds of voices, so that no one voice can be the sole corrupter, dictator, abusive power. Like standing, if trust me, if we give any power to this one party, things will go shit. For sure and for sure and for sure. You know what? In fact, as a forecaster, the more you gather from multiple sources, and as a government, the more they force to listen to each other, the more they force to integrate multiple solution from multiple expert, the better the decision they made. Because people are biased, they have weird, wrong belief that they believe strongly in. And if you give any one of them the 100% decision power, which is what most people want, they want their favorite movement and favorite politician have all the power and only implement the solution they believe in. Guess what? Things will go to shit if that happens. Just different size of shit. But when people are forced to work together, this is how we create the least worst solution. So, yeah, trust me, Donald Trump will win. Again, so place your bet. If the economy go to shit within a year, because the bubble will burst. For sure. Look at how high it got, like the stock market, the Dow Jones and everything. So one thing you can do maybe potentially is use option, play option. Don't just long the market, go short. At some point things will drop. You might want to bet on the market falling, then you can benefit from the option. You can make money from the option by going short. And what else? But even if the economy go to shit, like 2008 again, Donald Trump will probably still win the election, because this guy is a master of propaganda. He will be able to say anything. But to be fair, whatever this guy say was arrogant, but always seems to go in his favor at the end. Seems like, don't you think he has like a power of self-fulfilling prophecy? This guy is a reality star, remember? He know how to speak word into existence. Even when his business failed and he owed millions and millions of dollars, lot of it, he made himself a comeback through reality show, rebuilding his brand through the media, basically free marketing. This guy figured out a strategy to come back from the deep hole, basically for free, just by pretending to be a businessman. He was a businessman, but after that he pretended to be a businessman, basically. Like reality show apprenticeships, and he make a lot of money. It's like this guy, before YouTube even exist, was the champion of YouTube, even before YouTube. It's like, give him credit, guys. So if United States is like a reality show, this guy will probably pull up some kind of strategies. Because everything seems to go in his favor, just like according to how he say things. Because this guy, even when the reality is contradicting what he's saying, but he will keep saying it until the reality bend over and go along with his wishes. So think about that. If you want to defeat Donald Trump, learn the metaphysics, the magic behind it, the mechanism of his persuasion, and how he think. This is going to make it better for everyone if we just learn from each other, even from your enemy. Bye.